Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA, I Can't Stop Drinking Tea, KIRK. So we're going to look at something different today. LEW later on T-Series hitting 100 million subscribers. I am a huge fan of LEW from Unbox Therapy. I watch his YouTube channels regularly, including the Later Clips YouTube channel, which currently only has 32,000 subscribers. After today, it might have more. Who knows? Maybe Jaby will help with that. He doesn't need my help. I actually wrote in to LEW's LEW Later channel, and I sadly did not get my letter answered. He didn't answer my question. I'm so sad about that. But anyway, hopefully maybe I can just be a guest on his show someday after I get my act together in terms of the tech stuff. Anyhow, LEW Later on T-Series hitting 100 million subscribers. I thought this was a relevant one. It's so cool, 'cause there's a number of the regular American stuff that I watch. When the T-Series PewDiePie thing happened, everyone started talking about T-Series. I'm like, I know what that is. That's something I know more about than any of you guys do. So anyway, here we go. Let's check this out.
T-Series?
Yes.
They recently passed 100 million
100 million. 100 million, no big deal. What can I say? It was destined to happen. It was inevitable. T-Series, 100 million subscribers. Of course, they had the PewDiePie race going on, but it was just kind of obvious as an outsider tracking the numbers. T-Series was set to demolish planet Earth. And look, YouTube has increasingly become this global medium. That's really what the T-Series story is about. It's about access to content regardless of where you are in the world. It's about access to content regardless of which device you happen to be on. It's about access to content on your terms. Pick up where you left off. I mean, it's everything that the traditional television industry was not, or could not possibly be, because of technological advancement and all the things that took place for YouTube to become what it's become. For YouTube to become the thing that allows this show to exist. And so this number right here, I mean, it's just a number, obviously, but for me, it's representative of a shift, of a change in the global landscape. For me, this is 100 million people online interacting with YouTube, interacting with the platform that I'm speaking on. I'm sure some of these 100 million people are here watching this right now. I'm sure there's a T-Series subscriber watching this right now. And sort of showcasing how the global landscape for content is no longer one-dimensional. It's no longer in one place, housed in one city. It's no longer just Hollywood, Will. It's no longer just New York City. It's spread out now. It's everywhere for everyone. And you pick, you choose. Democratized content. You've seen all kinds of traditional media come to this platform. I don't know where T-Series actually stacks up, because in my understanding, some of this stuff goes on TV there, some of it goes on YouTube there. I don't really know how it's distributed. But increasingly, YouTube is becoming, and the internet is becoming the first screen, not the second screen anymore. That the audiences represented here are bigger, more enthusiastic, motivated than the other screen. The traditional media screen, which sort of dominated for so long. So I'm celebrating this 100 million. I'm not celebrating it like they beat PewDiePie or whatever. I'm obviously not talking about it in that context. I'm just saying it showcases the power of the platform. And it showcases how many people are connecting via this platform. And for me, that's exciting. Shout out to India. Shout out to everybody watching from India, by the way.
He's got a lot of strong points there.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. He said the way he phrased it, democratized entertainment.
Yeah.
is a very interesting way to phrase it.
Well, I feel like that's a term that people have been throwing around regarding YouTube for a long time, because being people who live here and want to get into the industry here, there is a certain sense of you have to know certain people, you have to go through certain hoops. I guess there is a certain level of nepotism involved, but YouTube has leveled the playing field. It's like, what, you have some great content? Put it up.
Right. I think I agree with that most of the way, but I feel like there is a very, I mean, at least with regards to American television, there is a very clear difference between what you'll find on TV and what you'll find on YouTube. And YouTube is trying to bridge that gap with their YouTube originals. They're trying to bring stuff over. I just saw earlier today, I believe, that you can watch Dances with Wolves for free on YouTube. Like the whole movie, all 3 hours for free on YouTube. And for a while, I only saw that with Indian films where you could watch the whole Indian movie on YouTube. And now it's like finally transitioning over to American films. I'm like, wow, that's really interesting that you can watch, American movies for free on YouTube. And
With ads.
Conceivably with ads. I'm sure there's going to be ads and whatnot. The thing about it is, yes, it's democratized entertainment, but I feel like there's a different feeling to, and I don't know if this will ever come back. It might come back. There's a different feeling to, oh, hey, it's Friday night, TGIF is on. I mean, that's an American concept. So the whole family's going to gather around the television for 2 hours and watch TV together. It was like wall-to-wall, family-friendly TV shows that the whole family could enjoy together. And you don't really get that sense anymore. Now that's been migrated to the cinema. So now you go to the cinema together to watch a movie like a Marvel film or whatever. And so with YouTube, it's very individual. You got your phone, you got your iPad, you have your computer, and it's not really a collective experience other than, ironically, through what we're doing now, which is reaction videos. That's the only sense in which it's a collective experience now. I mean, that's cool because it benefits us, but I do miss, truth be told, I do miss those old days when you knew that you could tune in. The last time we sort of experienced it recently was with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where week to week, everyone's talking about it. Like, that's kind of gone largely away. And so, thankfully, thanks to platforms like HBO and whatnot, you're still kind of getting that. And you see that camaraderie that you experience week to week, that conversation that's happening. You're texting your friends, you got your group chats, your WhatsApps and whatnot. And you're like, oh my God, can you believe, and blah, blah, and you speculate. That's gone for the most part.
Yeah.
But anyway, this sort of went in a different direction away from. I think it's super cool. Like what he's saying is awesome. Like to fathom the sheer number, 100 million people are subscribing to this and listening to this. I mean, a lot of instances on YouTube, you'd find people with. I see this all the time. It even happens with my own channel where you have people who have X number of subscribers, but they get X number of views. Person I watch a lot, Philip DeFranco, has about 5-6 million subscribers. Last I checked, he probably has more than that now. It's been a minute since I've checked. And he gets about 1 million views per video. And so we have about 1 million and almost 1.1 million subscribers on this channel. And the average is between 100 and 200,000 views. But then every now and then you get this thing that just pops off and everyone's into it, like Super 30, and that's got 500,000 views. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. But on average, I'd say it's around 150,000 views or so, like when you just average it out. Really, how many viewers do you have? But at some point, 100 million people click subscribe on T-Series. I don't know how many of that's duplicate accounts in an effort to stay ahead of PewDiePie. And the same thing could be argued with the PewDiePie channel. I have no doubt in my mind, though, that well over 100 million people have watched T-Series content globally. Now, one of the things he mentioned that stood out to me was this idea that it's everywhere. It's very global. And in a sense, it is, especially Indian content. It's very global in a way that I didn't know about up until I started, looking at Indian movies. The thing about it is there's a lot of, location gating.
Oh, right. Where you're like, you can't watch this if you don't live in this certain area. Okay.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, I might not even know about something because of location gating. There are Indian things that people have asked us to react to and we try to, and then it says, no, you can't watch this because it's not available in your country. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? And I'm sure the same thing happens. I was experiencing something recently because I got on this kick of trying to learn languages by watching stuff that I'm already familiar with, like Friends, and so I tried looking for the Hindi version of Friends. And there are things that are available on Amazon India that are not available on Amazon US. And I have no idea why there's a separation. It's all digital information. Like, let me have access. Let me click a location thing, and it just wouldn't let me. I saw that was like a 24 in Hindi, I believe, and in Japanese, the two languages I was most excited by. And I couldn't. It just couldn't. It wouldn't let me. And I'm like, oh, why? And that's Amazon. So maybe YouTube will break that wall, but I do know there's location gating. That being said, that aside, he's mostly right. Like, it is this very global thing, and just The accessibility is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. I mean, even my mum, who's well into her late 50s, loves YouTube.
Right.
She watches YouTube every day. And she's telling me what stuff she's watching.
Right. This is cool. Like, I was celebrating this on the last T-Series music video reaction that we did. And I think it's awesome. I think it's so cool that there is a YouTube channel out there with 100 million subscribers. I can't wait for the day where that's old news.
Yeah.
Where someone's got 500 million subscribers or 1 billion subscribers, like these unprecedented numbers, you know?
Well, I was just trying to wrap my head around it as well as we were watching because, you know, the Jaby KOAY channel has 1 million subscribers.
Right.
And that's a huge number. Because I remember when I started doing this with you, you would often say things to me like, just imagine there's 200,000 people watching us right now. And how many football stadiums is that?
Right.
And it's huge already, right? And then take that and you're like, okay, so we have 1 million subscribers now. That's huge. Like that's 1/7 of the population of, say, Bangkok. Like that's immense. And there's 100 million. And just in my head, I was going, what does that even look like? Is that a whole country? That's like several countries?
Yeah.
Is that a continent of people
Right.
subscribed to T-Series? It's like mind-boggling.
Well, what I would love to see is the demographics of where all the subscribers are coming from, because, you know, there's obviously India itself, and there's people in Pakistan who are watching as well. But then you got people in Canada, you got people in Armenia, in the States, in like other parts of the world where Indians have migrated to, or people who are just fans of Bollywood and Indian music in general. Like, I just wonder where the demographics are coming from that meet that 100 million subscriber number,
Yeah.
you know? Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to give Lou Later a subscribe, as well as Later Clips. Both YouTube channels will be linked in the description below, as well as ACHARA KIRK's YouTube channel. She needs more subscribers. She's almost caught up to Later Clips.
Oh, yeah. I need to put content on there.
Yes. You can put ACHARA's Later Clips. You know, like take little snippets of ACHARA from this channel and be like, look what ACHARA said.
It's a good idea.
Peace out.